This is the end. We're gonna wrap here in about 60 seconds. So I just want to give a parting thought on, first of all, I need to say thank you again to all of you for showing up. We really, like, in the beginning, we're like, this is a pretty big room. Can we fill this? I mean, like, literally, Christian and I were saying that when Jamie took us over here. And so we're really thankful. You guys all came here. It means a lot to us. And this is, I was literally texting my wife, this is like the third most cool day of my life after like my son being born and our wedding. Like, this is really fun. So I really appreciate that. And it's fun sharing it with all of you. A lot of good friends here and a lot of people that came in from out of town. I'm going to quickly share why Chicago is my thesis. And I don't mean for this to be an infomercial, but I think it's valuable. And I think it has a good through line with what we've heard from a lot of the attendees, we've heard from the film. I realized about it was 4 years ago when I said, I need to start figuring out what my thesis is. Because I was an angel. People would be like, why'd you invest in that company? Well, I thought it was a good company. Like, I like the founder. You can't teach people how to angel invest if that's your answer. So I had to spend some time and go, down into the subconscious parts. Someone knows what I'm talking about. We do this a lot. Someone was my co-founder on Mikasa and co-collaborator on a whole bunch of stuff. Lofty Meals tomorrow too, if anybody's going to be there. And so I had to unpack, why did I invest in all the founders? I had to sort of backwards engineer what the pattern matching was so that I could explain it. Because you can't teach people angel investing if you can't define it yourself. So that's when I got to my 4 criteria. And a lot of my companies were just Chicago companies. And I went, I think that this is an archetype that we live in this city. And Eric did a really good job of telling that. I got a little bit, I didn't quite tear up, but I got close at the end. I think hearing the narration, it really, this is something about Chicago. And whether I ever move or get another place somewhere else and spend part of my time, my thesis is not changing. I mean, something crazy would have to happen, but my thesis is Chicago, and it's because of the people that are here. And if you want to be an investor, you are welcome to invest in startups anywhere in the country. But my thought process was, if they're here local in Chicago, if I had sleeves, they'd be rolled up because I want to get involved. I know that I can do more when we can be IRL, and thank you to some of the, by the way, where's Brendan? Did Brendan take off? Because Brendan's actually a professor at Columbia, and I was looking for him in the room when you mentioned Columbia. You might know the founders. But we have a lot of founders that came in from out of town, a lot of people that came in from out of town. But there is something about proximity and being able to, as I use this term, again, someone and I use this term a lot, hacking serendipity. That's harder to do remote. That's harder to do over Zoom. You can build relationships. You can still get to know people. Shout out to Justin for coming in twice already to Chicago, driving in. Maybe you flew this time. But those who want to show up and take the time, that's really strong. You can build a lot more with that. And so that was a big part of why Chicago. But a really practical reason. I don't have Bill Gates' money. I have a...
Not yet. Not yet.
Zorman, you are like my new favorite person.
You do have it. Say it. I have Bill Gates' money. Say it. I have Bill Gates' money.
I will soon. Not yet. I can't. That would be a lie. That's a lie. But hopefully someday I'll have Bill Gates' money. But still, I don't know if I could go off of this. But today I don't have Bill Gates' money. And so if I'm going to deploy a couple $1 million, if you sprinkle that in small checks across the country, it does zero. But imagine taking a couple $1 million and focusing it on one place. And if you could take that couple $1 million and invest in those founders and help them succeed by rolling up your sleeves, and then helping them learn how to angel invest before they exit, so you can de-gate that. You don't have to say oh my God, I made all this money, now I'm gonna go learn angel investing. I started learning 27 years ago. I learned so much today. I hope you guys did too. every freaking day I'm learning, so you don't have to wait until you have that exit. I want you to have confidence. When you get that big pile of cash that we're all trying to help you get to, you can go and start writing checks directly on the cap table. So if you do that in one place, and I choose to do it here because the people, then we can actually really have a multi-decade, multi-generation impact in this city. And so that's like the parting thought that I want you guys to have is like, this is entirely optional. Do not do this if you don't want to. Do not write checks. But there's other things you can do. And actually, Eric did a really good job. And Zor, thank you for highlighting that from the film. Like, figure out how you can help. Because honestly, this is my biggest pet peeve. Apathy. Apathy sucks. Fuck apathy. So, like, figure out how you can help. Get involved in some way. Even if it's not even around venture, like, go and find somebody to, like, volunteer, do, like, big brother, big sister. But this is my soapbox, and I'm going to stay on it for 5 more seconds. Just figure out how you can get involved, because I guarantee anything that you give, you're going to get 10x back. And I've only had one person push back on that. Guess what they said? Yeah, they were like, I was like, 3x? He's like, no, it's more like 100. I was like, okay. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming. That's a wrap for our inaugural Walk Through the Sun.